We're live, boys. Let's get it done. How's everyone doing today? Andy here from Biohazard to Classified. Thank you for tuning in to this special live stream watch party we got going on. We've got all the boys from the Resiverse right here, man, and we're going to quickly shoot round everybody and introduce everyone. I appreciate we're streaming on all platforms, all across Facebook. I think I've made the unfortunate mistake of streaming on Twitter as well. Apparently that's the thing. Let's see how that goes. So I'm Andy, Biohazard to Classified, primarily Facebook gaming streamer. Streams, memes, daily Resident Evil content, all that fun stuff. And we're also joined with our man. Oh, it is this way. Our man over here. Indeed. Let me blow you up. Let me blow you up. Here you go.
Oh, cool. I'm Anthony from Let's Talk Resident Evil, and I'm really happy you asked me to be on the Resident Evil Challenger meetup. So that was a real cool thing for you to ask me to be on here, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and it really would be like a wasted opportunity if you didn't go live on such an important event.
Yeah, this is Resident Evil week, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Come on, we got to do this.
International Fight Week, baby. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. International Fight Week. And then we've got our man, Igor. How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic, brothers. Glad to be here. Glad to celebrate this franchise once again. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. It is. It is glorious. It is glorious. And, of course, Matt the Marvel. How are you, sir?
Doing all right, doing good, feeling great. Really nervous. Hope we get to see something on RE-verse. That's all I'm here for. That's all I got.
Indeed. And Danny, how are you?
You all know what I'm here for, baby. We need some RE-verse action in this bitch. That's what we need. All I care about seeing is some multiplayer action. Give me the RE-verse. It's good to see everybody. Good to be back. Thanks for having me again, Andy.
Nicky boy.
Look, all I'm saying is, I just want Power Stone, man.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. It's your favorite quirky Twitch streamer.
I hate you.
How's it going?
Indeed. And we got Thrill Brew in the house as well. How you doing, sir?
Really?
Doing well. Very excited for any Resident Evil content. I don't care what it is. RE-verse, Resident Evil 4 remake. I mean, anything they want to show off. DLC for Village. I mean, anything. So very glad to be here, though.
And now the newest member of the Resiverse, the Resident Reveler, everyone. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good, Andy. Thanks for asking. And thank you for having me on this Resiverse group. So there are two things I'm excited about. I mean, I hope they announce these two things. One is the Resident Evil 8, aka Village DLC. And also, I'm excited for whatever they revealed as Project W for the Reverse. I hope it's Wesker, because I like Wesker.
Yeah, we certainly do, man. We actually have a late arrival, man. I can see he's eating. He's eating in the green room, man. I can see him. Let's bring the boy in.
I was eating my pizza, dude. I was fine listening while I was eating. Don't worry.
You got resident Twitch streamer Shep over there.
Yes, and collector extraordinaire, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all I do. That's all I do.
Dude, we did start this whole Facebook Resiverse thing, but I mean, he's just like an honorary member, man. We couldn't not include him in these things.
I love this man.
Indeed, this man gets a pass. But Anthony, what are you excited for, my friend? What do you want to see out of this showcase?
Definitely Resident Evil 4 remake gameplay would be cool. They showed Resident Evil 3 remake gameplay shortly after the announcement, so it wouldn't surprise me. And I would say, Village DLC along with Reverse. I feel like that would make the most sense, considering they keep teasing other announcements that haven't been announced yet. So I wonder if that's going to be the case. But that's what's getting me stoked for the show, basically. So those things.
Yeah, man. I mean, that showcase, the state of play was wild, man. Like
that took me by surprise.
Dude, no foreplay involved, no kissing, no cuddling. It was main event on Thursday.
Not even God of War. They said, "Fuck you, God of War."
Kissing, no cuddling.
They said God of War Ragnarok. That's going to get delayed, but Resident Evil 4 and Spider-Man on PC, so you don't have to own a PS5.
Dude, they even knew how important it was going to be because they knew that they was going to do a Capcom showcase. But I said, you know what? They know how monumental Resident Evil 4 means to people, so let's just hog the state of play as well.
Yeah.
It's absolutely glorious. We're 3 minutes out from the start of the stream. Capcom have got some showcase going on at the moment. aside from Resident Evil, because it is it's worth noting it's a Capcom showcase, not a Resident Evil showcase. I mean, Igor, what do you think we're going to see that's not RE related if we do?
Well, I'm hoping for Dead by Daylight. I know that it's not necessarily Resident Evil related, but Project W, you know, I'm hoping for that. Capcom franchise, maybe some Dino Crisis. I doubt it, but that would be, you know, after the uproar on the internet.
Come on.
I know I would love some Dino Crisis, but
Exo Primal though, right?
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god, we're actually gonna get that today. That's a very good
we
point,
will.
Anthony. I forgot about that. What, bro? What's
Dinosaurs
spitting
crapping
face,
from
man?
the sky. It was terrible. But, you know,
They were trolling us, man. They're 100% trolling us.
That was a troll. That had to be. Come on.
Oh man, just this could be a wild stream, man. I'm hoping it's been a really good year for Resident Evil, and I thought 2021 was the year for Resident Evil, but I actually feel like 2022 is going to be the year Resident Evil. We've got the series going on, this announcement, Reverse DLC, fucking PSVR content, PlayStation Plus, obviously with the director's cuts just coming, you know, hot off the press. Director's cut is now on the PlayStation Store.
Is that
this is insane
on UK
time
too? Like, is that on the UK store? Because I heard it wasn't. If that's true,
it's not. I don't think it is, but if it is, it's in like 50 FPS, so no one cares anyway. Dude, I hate the fact that I have to suffer the 50 hertz ports of Resident Evil. It's tragic. Anybody that's watching the stream will be putting your comments up, overlaying it on the as the stream goes on. So if you've got any questions or anything like that you want us to talk about, feel free. Anybody that's in the chat across the whole Resiverse, feel free to drop in a question, and we should be able to answer it as we go on.
Absolutely.
We're 1 minute away. How are we 1 minute away? This is crazy.
So hyped, man.
Yeah, this is it's kind of crazy that they're just rolling out all this stuff all at once. Like it's actually happening. I mean, do you guys think they'll even? I don't even think they'll show anything like Street Fighter related tonight because they kind of already did that already. So
maybe we'll get a peek of some gameplay.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
With it being open world, I don't know. This is going to be new grounds.
They got plenty that they can show because of that. Yeah.
I can't believe we're going to get a new Power Stone game.
So Retina coming in straight away with a Welcome to Raccoon City sequel, which may be the most illegal comment I've ever seen in my life.
That did not make any money. Sorry.
With the controversy.
Dude, who said Retina?
I did.
Don't worry. That's what his name is.
You see Ari and it's
Retina, man.
Retina.
My friend Rhett Ina.
I would love some Outbreak. I know we want RE-verse, but I would love some Outbreak. I would.
Yeah.
I would die.
Okay, so I've had this really interesting theory that we are going to see some kind of Outbreak kind of mode in RE-verse. If we only get like an elimination thing, that'd kind of dry, right?
Here we go. I think. We're counting down, boys. It's come a lot sooner than I thought
got
it
the
would.
big boy counter.
Jesus Christ. So I've turned it down. There you go. Here we go. Resident Evil Showcase, everyone. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let's shake it. Oh, look, the Capcom game is first.
Street Fighter.
Okay.
We getting a Smash Brothers title or something?
That would be amazing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Capcom Showcase, where we'll share exciting new updates on our upcoming games.
My jeans.
We have some surprises in store, and hope you enjoy the show.
C stands
Let's
Capcom.
begin.
All right, get it out of your system, Capcom. Let's do this Monster Hunter thing.
I do enjoy Monster Hunter.
I recently got into it. I actually don't mind it.
Producer of the Monster
fun.
Hunter
Pretty good.
series.
A lot of fun.
Thank you for tuning in to today's
I was late to the
Capcom
party,
Showcase.
but I like it.
We're excited to bring you the latest info.
And again,
on
another
Sunbreak.
RE engine game.
Yeah, that's
will
crazy.
finally be released at
This is
the end
coming
of
out
this month.
this month. Yeah.
To kick things off, we've got a brand new trailer to show you.
Might
Oh,
have to get,
sweet.
Another space
Let's
horror
take a
game.
look.
Come on.
Could you imagine, dude?
What if Project W is putting Wesker in every Capcom title?
That would be amazing.
Featuring Wesker.
Yo, I thought that come from the showcase. Then that was weird.
Sorry, I've always that too.
Ari versus
Be careful, Chris.
Those are cool. I like that armor.
This is a fun game to play with friends, though.
It's
I only played it with a
absolutely
couple
so
buddies,
much
but
fun.
Yeah, I could see it being very addicting. I was like, damn, I got to get into this more. There's so much content in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and they like their builds get so intricate on how you use your weapons.
Oh yeah, I'm still learning so much shit. I'm like, damn, I have to. My buddy Brandon, he's played it before, so he's kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. But yeah, this looks pretty good.
It's very
This
fun.
game released on the Switch before, right?
Yeah.
It's on the
and
Switch and now it's on PC.
Which is
I
crazy.
just played. I played World a bunch on Xbox.
You look like you still got that fire inside you.
A lot of fun.
You do as well, good elder. What do you say?
And is this a sequel to World or like a filler, like a
No,
Revelation?
no, it's a different game than World. Better than World, if you ask me.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's just big boss battles, the game, which I love.
I love watching them fight each other.
And I played it quickly. I was pulling for the weasel.
What is this guy Bahamut?
Hey yo, fucking Nuji's joined the chat, boys. Let's go.
Hey,
fucking love that, man.
OG content creator.
Fucking
What's up?
love you,
What a
man.
boy.
Appreciate you.
Jungle.
First, let me introduce a returning locale. The jungle area that debuted in the second generation of Monster Hunter games is back.
Yeah,
in
this came back out on the Wii.
You'll notice that the jungle's appearance changes over time. It's a nostalgic area that both veteran hunters and new players are sure to enjoy. And of course, we've updated the jungle with new elements and endemic life specifically for its return in Sunbreak. Longtime fans can look forward to exploring the devastated ruins around the coastal area. From the Monster Hunter Frontier series comes Espinas. Espinas means thorns in Spanish. As the name implies, thorny scales cover its body. Normally, Espinas enjoys a quiet life and sleeps peacefully, but when it senses
Yeah, and then you
danger
come fuck it
nearby,
up.
Yeah, then you piss it off.
Even though it can seem docile, Espinas has a two-faced nature that can be extremely dangerous.
Ari 1.5 remake.
Or
possibly.
Magala.
The flagship monster of Monster Hunter 4, Gore Magala, is back.
Magala, excuse me.
Gore Magala is a sightless creature with black scales
like a
and
Soul Calibur
sensitive wing
character.
membranes used to sense the presence of prey. As Gore Magala's sensing ability increases, its two horns change form and it enters the frenzy state.
I don't know, man.
While in a frenzy
I've really
state,
tried
it
with
gets
Monster
so
Hunter.
powerful
I've really
that the
tried,
ground
but
beneath
you know, it's
begins
obviously
to
got an
break,
audience.
and it uses its huge claws as an anchor.
It's
during
just it's
powerful
a huge action like real time movement RPG, and like people like love that anime aesthetic.
Yeah, I
In
didn't
addition,
mind
the
it.
trailer also shows
Yeah.
the Daimyo Hermitage.
I didn't mind it.
and the
It's usually not my
pyrotactic
type of
donkey
game, but I
subspecies, which adds
really
explosive
found myself
elements,
checking
makes
it
its
out.
fiery debut.
Capcom sent me
There
a
are
code
still
just
more
to try
monsters
it,
that have yet to
you
be
know, and I was
revealed,
like,
so
damn, this is
stay
actually
tuned for more
pretty good.
Sunbreak
So.
announcements.
Oh
in the
yeah,
future.
it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and the boss fights do get pretty heated. And
There's one more
Right.
thing I
is
want to
amazing.
share with you all, so please watch the following
I've been playing it
video.
since I was like 13, so I love that game.
Here we go, Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh
Try out
shit.
the demo.
Demo.
Wait,
So
you're
that's
playing,
odd. So I thought it was DLC initially.
So did I.
Is it not?
They
right.
advertised it, or they made it sound like it was DLC.
Is it like a different edition?
Maybe.
New skill bind attacks are gonna be cool. New skill bind attacks are gonna be cool. I should check that out.
Tomorrow.
A free demo for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is coming to both Nintendo Switch and Steam. The demo will be available to download as shown. In the jungle locale introduced today, you'll be able to take on Astalos.
I hate that monster.
The new Switch skill swap system, as well as new Silk Line
And
attacks will be
Morbius.
available for play. Quests available for new players that will teach you
Gonna get more.
mechanics and moves.
Yeah.
It's
Morbid time, boys.
It's
Morbid time.
monsters in the demo to test your skills.
But
For
the
veteran
soul
hunters,
still
an
burns.
advanced quest will also be available where you can take on an extra challenging version of Sunbreak's flagship monster, Malzeno. The demo supports multiplayer for up to 4 players, and there's no limit to the number of times you can attempt quests. Get an early taste of Sunbreak action with this free demo. You can download it from the Nintendo
Demo's
eShop
coming out
and
on
Steam
Switch
store
and Steam.
page.
There you go.
So I guess it is DLC. They're just
Also,
giving
we
out
would
a
like for you to
demo
keep
for some
two things
reason.
in mind when purchasing Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, so you will be able to enjoy all the added
Dude.
contents.
You laughing at?
See, that's my problem. I have to go back and beat this latest one before this. It's like I got to do a bunch of shit.
they want you to get to a certain hunter rank because the DLC content is for like hardcore content. They want you to be at a certain hunter rank.
Got it.
Which I guess that makes sense, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's all good. I got to It's my fault for getting into it so late. You know, I gotta.
It's only a year in.
Skills.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I wonder if we'll see some
DLC
Dead
done.
Rising today.
I want to see. I don't want to see Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man would be cool.
I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Our first title update, scheduled for August 2022, will add Lucent Nargacuga.
Excuse me?
This monster will be a part of the first free title update to come to Sunbreak post-launch. In addition to the Lucent Nargacuga, we're also adding a new area, the iconic Forlorn Arena. With future title updates, we plan on including additional monsters, variants, and more.
Chicago.
Our title update release schedule is as
Oh, they have a
follows.
they have a
The second title
roadmap.
update is planned for a fall
Be careful, boys. Remember
2022
last time
release.
Capcom gave us a
The third title
roadmap.
update will come in winter 2022.
It got
And
delayed
there's
a
more to
year.
come in 2023.
Nah, see that last one scares me.
Each title update
They don't
will
have
include
anything
additional
there.
monsters and other elements. We hope you'll check them
We'll
out.
maybe pick up where we left off.
But to be fair, it's on
we
the same
got
team.
lost.
I feel like that monster's last name is how Charlie
Monster Hunter
from
Rise Sunbreak
It's Always
will be
Sunny would
released
spell
worldwide
Nicaragua.
on June 30th, 2022.
Take Baby 2 later, bar.
Digital pre-orders
Night or
for
day
Sunbreak are
sometimes.
now available on both Nintendo Switch and Steam.
Meet me later.
Pre-orders will also receive a special bonus.
Bro, Silent Hill's
Palamute
coming,
and
man.
Calico
The
layered
fucking
armor
dog,
set.
dude.
The Shiva dog, bro.
Imagine.
We're planning on keeping you updated with more information soon. Please visit the official website and follow Monster Hunter social channels for more info. That wraps up our news for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
Thank God.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's a
and
fun
enjoy
game,
the
Danny.
rest
I'm
of
telling
the
you, bro.
Capcom showcase.
It's a
Has
fun
to be
game.
Resident Evil.
I'm just breaking balls.
Let's be Exo Primal.
Now we will present the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
Oh, what?
There's no other spotlight corner in Capcom than
Street
the one.
Oh,
Fighter
yeah!
6.
Street Fighter 6!
Oh.
I'm with that,
Here we
yes!
go.
The
would've
new
given
Fuck
me
yeah.
generation of
Fighter
Street
6
Fighter
Here we
is
go.
currently in development and has something fun for everyone to enjoy. Fan favorites
This game looks
Ryu and
fucking
Chun-Li
amazing.
lining up the battle stage right alongside some of the newest fighters. Luke
RE
and
engine
Jade.
is just amazing.
Yeah, it looks
With
great. It does.
breathtaking new
Oh,
visuals,
a fighting game in the RE engine is
unprecedented
insane.
battles with the
I said this
all-new
before and
battle
I say
system.
it again, Matt. I can't wait for you
Street
to
Fighter 6 reimagines the fighting
Yeah, I'm with that, man. That's so fun.
Experience the Street Fighter
Don't worry, bro. I'll
universe.
teach you.
What
I've not
awaits
played
you in
since
this
Street
game?
Fighter Ultra 2, I think.
Look forward to our next announcement later this year.
It's been a long
The,
time.
the, la- Oh, dang.
Celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Street Fighter franchise, the Capcom Fighting Collection will be released later this month.
Let's go.
Included is the first ever release of Red Earth outside of arcades, Hyper Street Fighter 2,
Yes, son.
5 Darkstalkers titles.
That's cool. Yeah, Darkstalkers is
Fighting
cool.
games
That's
from the
cool.
arcade era are
Night
included
Warriors,
in one
freaking-
package.
Yo, Night Warriors was my shit, dude.
They have Gem
All
Fighter,
of the
so that's all I
titles
really care
included will
about.
be playable online.
Night Warriors I had for the Sega
So
Saturn.
play a match against
I thought they
your
would
friends,
include Marvel versus
or fight
Capcom.
online against new challenges.
That
Enjoy a full
would have
range
probably
of
made that
online
collection,
matches.
Yeah,
honestly.
at least the first one.
Right.
Capcom Fighting Collection will launch
Maybe it's
on
'cause
June
it's a
24th,
Capcom
2022.
Cool.
Pre-orders
Probably gonna
are
get it past
available
my
now.
Marvel or something.
Please visit the official
Yeah, I
website
was
for
there
more
real long.
information. Play the games you loved again. Capcom Arcade Stadium has expanded. Capcom Arcade Second Stadium coming July
I just downloaded the
22nd,
first one on
2022.
the Switch yesterday.
Yeah, but don't you gotta buy every game
Saturday
individually?
Night Slam
I
Masters.
think you just have to buy the
Magic
collection.
Sword,
That's it.
Black Tiger, Eco
much was
Fighters, and more. Combined for a total of
Props to the
32
music.
arcade titles. In addition to a bundle that features all 32 titles, each title is available for individual purchase and features, with lots of quality of life options. All players will receive Sun for free when
Dude, that
downloading the
fun
base
Oh,
game.
Sun, gotta have that.
The bundle featuring all 32 titles is available for pre-order now. Get Display Frame Set 1 as a bonus for
We gotta
pre-order.
put Resident Evil in this thing already.
To celebrate,
I just
Oh, that's cool. Was that
Capcom
Mega Man
Arcade
X?
Stadium
it
title,
was I thought it was like an
Street Fighter
older
2,
Mega Man.
The World Warrior. Free for a limited time.
Whoa.
We hope you try out the Capcom Arcade Stadium as well.
The music reminds me a little bit of Saints Row.
Next
the-
up is an update
the
on
Saints of
Capcom's
Rage
new
part.
team-based
I knew it. It was an exo. I knew it.
Not a process.
I knew it. Called
Hi
it.
everyone, I'm Takuto
Crisis.
Hiraoka, director of Exo Primal.
Final Primal.
We have a new trailer to show today that includes lots of gameplay.
Oh.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Bro,
Where's
if
Regina?
if Regina's a playable skin, I'm gonna be fuming.
I am the artificial intelligence, Leviathan.
Banner Crisis means Anthem.
Your personnel data indicates you are a suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, Ibius Corp conducts its most important research here. Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
What if it was just Dr. Kirk's face?
Oh.
You have been selected for a live combat test. The first team to complete their assignment wins. My archives encompass exhaustive records of human
Wait, is this a PvP game?
Oh
These
yeah,
annals
it's
are
multiplayer
riddled with
only.
errors and
I think there's
institutional
missions.
no
but it's
way.
multiplayer.
species is susceptible to mass delusion.
PvP or PvE?
Fascinating.
Player versus pterodactyl with a P.
Humans dread. Do not want to change.
Boom, boom.
Tear down
Sorry.
curtains and fear revelations. Even when what is revealed is of your own creation. Combat data is required to develop the exosuit. At Ibius, we're always reaching for better.
I don't know, man. Like,
Humanity.
the concept's cool, but who is this for?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying when I did a video on it. I was like, what is this?
Lies the
What? I don't know.
Listen, give me Frank West and a push mower, and I'll fight these dinosaurs.
Okay,
Sounds like
Capcom,
it's for people who like Anthem kind of
Give
games.
me
Well,
a
I mean,
Borat
the-
song and a sword.
see, Capcom very much wants a like mainline like multiplayer game that isn't Street Fighter. Like they want some of that piece of that pie somewhere. And it's
Power
apparent.
Stone, dude.
That's another fighting game.
Chance of employee retention.
I wonder if it's on the RE engine.
At 8.7%.
Yeah, this is on our
Okay,
one, yeah.
Capcom's. Yeah.
If you wish to survive. A more grueling
They put out the
combat
press release on
experiment is
the
called
thing. They said it was on
You
there.
will now witness a small.
So it's got both PvE and PvP, like PvE, like the healer mode, where there are bots running around, and also PvP.
I'm not sure.
They made it seem like there was missions too, but I don't know. Again, they're pretty vague at first, so maybe they'll go deeper in now. I don't know.
2023.
Man, they got so
Definitely
many
They should have
games
just
coming
they should have
out.
just said 2000 and X, man. I'd be happy with
We
that.
hope you enjoyed the trailer.
It's not uncommon
Now,
for Capcom
I will
to
get
do
into more
that, where
detail
it's
about the game.
PvPvE with
It's a
zombies.
multiplayer add-on for Dino Crisis 4.
Leviathan is a next-gen AI that guides players throughout Exoprimal via voice navigation and augmented
Dude, what if
reality
it has a
displays.
reference to the third energy?
Leviathan appears before players as
please
a
stop.
massive human-like figure, or as a surveillance drone called a Watcher. The trailer shows Leviathan unleashing hordes of
They're gonna have to
dinosaurs.
sell me on dinosaurs from a black hole. I'm sorry. Literally anything that goes into a black hole dies.
Why is
You mean to
Leviathan
tell
bringing
me?
dinosaurs into our world? And why is Leviathan repeating
Just
these war
listen.
games?
If you bring on Jeff
Solve the
Goldblum
mystery
and
by
he says
playing the
life
main
finds a
game
way,
mode,
I'll believe it.
Dino Survival.
But like, they're packed in there like sardines, dude, and they're dumping out cans of whoop ass on us. And I'm just,
Exoprimal is a team-based action game.
come on.
In Dino Survival, 2 squads of 5 race to complete objectives.
This man really said Dino Survival
Teams
with a
must
straight
follow Leviathan's
face.
directives and complete the mission before their rivals to win.
So there's multiple multiplayer modes.
These directives will feature a dynamic mix of missions.
Yeah, there is a main campaign
In fact,
apparently
we
too.
just saw some in the latest trailer. There's Dinosaur Cull, where teams must eliminate a specific dinosaur. In VTOL defense, teams protect.
Does Capcom just like not like dinosaurs or something?
I think after Dino Crisis 3, they're trying
Did you not know,
to its
dude?
destination.
Capcom have a really they hate the Cretaceous period, so
Omega
you know.
Hammer. In Energy Taker, teams compete to collect the most energy.
A fossil killed my father.
You also saw a glimpse of a strange and terrifying creature
You can say they
known
have
as a
bone to pick it up.
Neotyrannosaurus. While there
My
are
grandfather
situations
was
where you
murdered
directly
by a
engage enemy
Stegosaurus.
players, there are other times where you band together with rivals to take down a major foe. This variety of missions will keep players on their toes. In Dino Survival, the missions change based on players' progression through the game. The experience will be different every time you play, even in matches with familiar surroundings and objectives. By playing Dino Survival, you will unlock story sequences and also earn rewards such as experience points to increase your player and exosuit levels. We'll provide more details about this at a later date. Now that we've detailed Dino Survival, let's move on to exosuits. We showed 2 new exosuits today. Barrage is an assault role exosuit. It
We're all
uses
quiet because we're
explosives
just
to
waiting
set
for the
areas
next
ablaze
game.
and bombard ricochet grenades.
Actually, let's make this more
Vigilant is also
interesting.
an assault role exosuit.
Resident Reveler, I've got a comment here. I just
It
need you to
wields a
read this out for us.
destructive railgun to snipe from long range. We have even more
Poor
exosuits to
performance
share with you in the
indeed.
future.
That's so good, bro. That's so
One last
good.
announcement for today.
That last white and blue class reminded me a lot of Anthem.
Welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Research facility.
I agree.
What's up, Graham?
We're conducting a closed network test for Exoprimal.
Yeah, we are.
Players will be able to try the game ahead of release.
I wonder if that's for the
Help
Capcom
us test the
creators.
game's online infrastructure.
Listen, if anybody likes
And
this
make
game, you can speak up
improvements
and we
ahead of
won't
launch.
hate on you, but you know,
Sign up
I'm
to
not expecting
participate
anybody
today.
to do that.
I wanna like this
Will allow
game.
you to
Yeah,
experience
me too.
Dino Survival before the
But
game's launch next
I love
year.
dinosaurs
We
as a
look forward to
boy.
having you join in.
Little man person, you know.
That's all for today.
I don't know who the audience is for this.
We plan to release Exoprimal in 2023.
Keyword here, plan.
I guess the
Until
Dino
then,
Crisis.
Keep an eye on our
Fans are
website
just like,
and
Everybody that
social
wants Dino
media.
Crisis, this is for them.
This is
to
close.
torture you.
Thank you for watching.
They're saving
Capcom's
all of
our-
it for
This
the
is all
end.
of our
Saving RE
unused
for the
assets
end.
from
Capcom's really like, we gotta close it on that Dino market, guys. We gotta.
Dragon's Dogma. There we
I
go.
love some Dragon's
Oh, here you
Dogma,
go.
baby. Let's
Oh,
go.
nice.
Let's go.
It's back. I mean, the leaks were true. Dragon's
they were
Dogma
true.
is coming back.
Now is it a re-release or a sequel?
Well, no, because this is previously announced stuff.
Hi everyone, I'm Hideaki Itsuno.
What
game director
drip.
of Capcom.
Yeah, dude, that's your
We
Yeah,
celebrate
he's
the
snapping
10th
on the drip
anniversary
right
of
now.
Dragon's
Jesus.
Look at him. He's like, look
Yeah.
at him. Oh, look at him.
Dragon's Dogma, man. More like fucking drippy Dogma, dude. Come on.
This
has
drip
since
right now.
spread to
This
various
man showed up, said
different
fresh
kinds
till
of media,
death. What's up?
ranging from games such as Dragon's Dogma and the Dark Arisen expansion, to digital comics and a Netflix original animated series.
Capcom's not dumb. They're saving Ari for the end.
In the
guys.
coming days,
I'm saying that in
we
chat
will be
mostly.
releasing a video celebrating 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, talking about how and what Dragon's Dogma came to be.
Is this just a
So whether
documentary
you're a
series?
longtime fan or just curious about the series, we'll have something for you to enjoy.
Guys, I have a earlier
We
feed.
hope you
Ari's
check
next.
it out. Once again.
Oh,
thank
okay.
you
Hot boys.
all
Get hot, boys.
So much.
Oh man,
Here it comes.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm nervous.
And now we are
A bunch of updates. Here we go.
Where's Ariverse?
Hello, everyone.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we
The
go.
producer of Resident Evil Village. Thanks to all of our fans, Village has sold over 6 million units worldwide.
I mean, me and Anthony was 1 million of
Everyone on
that.
the team is incredibly happy to see so many people enjoy the game. Thank you for your support.
My
The
butthole's
Resident
puckering.
Evil series continues to bring fun experiences to people around the world.
Come on.
We want longtime fans and people who are new to Resident Evil to enjoy this storied franchise.
Yep.
Let's start with this video.
Oh. Well, premiere. That means it's new.
I'm nervous.
DLC.
Yeah.
16 years after he left.
Oh shit!
She doesn't have accelerated
Could be
aging.
9. Could be 9.
It's after Village.
So she did age.
Still a baby 16 years later.
Right.
Imagine.
Yo,
This is like
Chris doesn't know
Have
what
it.
he can do.
it's Rose DLC.
I want to live a normal life.
It's Resident Evil 9.
Shut up.
no.
I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps.
Shut up.
Oh, she's at the house.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Oh no. Is that Ethan fucking writing to her?
Could be.
Natural.
Just like me.
What the
This
fuck?
has got to be in her head because that all got blown up. It wouldn't even exist anymore.
Duke.
What the fuck?
Wow, Duke is
Bad.
back.
He's evil.
Yo, I'm getting chills, bro.
Shadows of Rose.
Oh.
Yep.
So Little Hope was wrong. Shadows of Rose.
Oh, hell yeah!
There we go. There we go.
Let's go! Let's go!
Plays Lady D? What the fuck? Good shit. Additional.
That is tight! Fuck yeah, dude!
Hey, at least it makes sense. It's called Mercenaries. There's more than one
Yeah.
person.
I was just thinking
Right.
that.
What is this?
Shut up, look at show his face.
Oh!
Look, guys, they gotta put him in Ariverse now. He's in third person. They gotta put him in Ariverse.
They gave him a face.
That's how it should have been to begin with, to be honest.
Gold edition.
That is
We knew they were
fucking
gonna.
bananas.
We knew they were gonna do a gold edition.
Holy shit.
Yes! Let's go!
October 28th, finally.
Go.
Let's go.
Sorry to keep you
That is
waiting.
Hey.
We're happy to reveal the DLC for Resident Evil Village. We
Finally, dude.
Dude, they were not messing around.
Yeah, dude.
This
They
new
always do gold
experience will be
editions.
worth the wait.
Jesus Christ.
This DLC includes 3 major features. First, the third-person mode. Many people asked for this, and we were able to add it into the game. Now, you'll be able to see Ethan as he desperately fights for survival.
This is
Players
awesome.
that have already experienced Ethan's journey can enjoy the
I don't
new
know, they
perspective
should
and
have did this
animations
since
too.
RE7. Like, I
The
don't know.
Mercenaries returns with additional orders.
that VR.
They're gonna put him in Ariverse now. They have a model for
Has
him.
been put on
Yeah,
the
they're
exhilarating feeling
willing to
of
show us
defeating
his face.
relentless hordes of enemies. New stages are
I
included,
wonder if that
as well
means
as
he'll be
additional
in the
playable characters,
Dead by
such as
Daylight
Chris
DLC.
Redfield
But is his
and
face gonna
Heisenberg.
look bland and
The players,
and
the players Dimitrescu and
Really fueled this mode
Heisenberg
up.
is pretty cool.
You got the punch. You saw
Enjoy
the punch.
looking down on your foes from over 9 feet above as Lady Dimitrescu slashes her enemies aside.
This is amazing.
Jesus
That's what makes
Christ,
Mercenaries
that's
so
cool.
much
Third
more
edition
fun.
is one you've surely been waiting for. An additional story, Shadows of Rose. Today, let me introduce just a bit of this story.
Oh hell yeah.
Rose, the beloved daughter of the main protagonist Ethan, is now a grown-up main character in this new story mode. In this sequel to the main story of Village, you can experience Rose's struggles with the terrifying powers she was born with. To break free of the curse of her powers, she enters the consciousness of the Megamycete.
Oh.
There, she meets a girl who looks just like her. In this mysterious realm of consciousness, time and space is warped beyond recognition.
This is very similar to the
Rose is
Medium,
guided by a
actually.
being who
Our
calls
Bloober
himself
team.
Michael,
Yeah, I was
who
just
might
thinking
be
about
of
that.
This is a whole
assistance
different
with
vibe.
removing her powers. Shadows of Rose is set completely in a third-person perspective.
That's
In the realm
interesting.
of Rose,
Interesting
you can
choice.
add
I think the
only
first
the
person
shadows,
is done,
but
boys,
the world
for Resident
itself
Evil. I think it's
seems to
done.
be attacking you. Enjoy the horror of the world itself being your greatest enemy.
Is it this
That's
October?
it. That is really interesting. They've
How
moved
does
away
Rose
from
find
first person.
freedom from
Yeah,
her
it's about
mysterious
time, man.
powers?
I think it needs to go back to how it used to be, in my opinion.
Agreed.
The DLC for Resident
Oh
Evil
my
Village
God.
Winter's Expansion
Bro,
includes
I am
all
fucking
3 of these
screenshotting
major
left, right, and
additions.
centre, man.
In addition, Resident Evil Village
It's
Gold
fucking
Edition,
international fight
a
week,
bundle
boys.
of Winter's Expansion with the base game will be released simultaneously.
Yeah.
The release date is planned
There we
for
go.
October 28th, 2022.
That's so far away.
Resident
So
Evil
we'll get there.
Oh, wait,
will
you feel
also
third-person
be in
mode?
service on the same date.
On the same date, so we get Reverse the same day.
We hope that you
Is it going to be a different game, though?
Beta. Where's the beta?
Yeah, where is
like-
it?
Yeah, they didn't show
How
like
did you like
anything
that?
new about it.
He may say the beta's
Also,
available.
Hold
as
on.
already
Is it
announced,
the same
we're
exact
working on
game that
making
was
the main
last year?
story of Village available on Mac, so that even more people
Who
can
the fuck
enjoy
cares? Oh
Resident
my
Evil.
God.
In addition, the main story of Village is planned to be playable on PlayStation VR 2. We're working hard
Okay.
on bringing
I
you
wonder when the release
ultimate
date for the
immersive
VR 2 is
experience
then.
worthy of next
Yeah.
gen in Resident Evil Village. So look forward to future announcements.
You see the ability to shoot 2 weapons in that?
Up next,
Yeah.
a game that was announced just
shot
a
a
few
shotgun.
Here we go.
Yeah! Baby.
Okay, okay. All right, I'll put my Aryaverse thing aside for a second.
Is this just the trailer from a couple of days ago?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Come on.
I said they were going to show more.
Yeah, maybe it's an extended.
Nah,
we
it's
get
the
to see
same
some
video.
gunplay.
Okay, well, all right, God, what are you doing?
We have to tell Joel to stop playing his guitar. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, Igor, you did a sick fucking job on this, by the way.
What was the date?
Same one, I think, right?
Yeah, same date.
March
26th.
Or no.
24th. I think.
This is the same exact trailers, boys.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Let's see.
We're gonna see gameplay, guaranteed.
Ashley, let's go.
That's Ashley. They might cut away from this trailer after it's done and show some gameplay. Maybe.
I mean, I'll gladly watch this trailer again.
Right?
Yeah, if that little motherfucker Salazar's there, dude.
Guess you mean
You have enough time here, mister. I love that.
What? Fuck?
It's such a popular word these days. What? Fuck?
Fuck?
You will receive our most sacred body.
Oh my god, look at his
Your right hand comes off.
It begins now.
All right, what do you got to say, Capcom? What do you got?
Got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm victorious.
Oh!
There you go. Give it a shot.
There he is.
He looks tired.
second.
That man's got breaking and entering on his mind.
It can be different.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It has to.
Hell yeah, Nick
Say it.
Apostle leads.
Great.
I say it. Oh, he didn't say the bingo thing. Oh. Well.
The only thing we got was just like a little close up of his face.
Hi
I'll
everyone,
take it.
I'm
It
Yasuhiro
looks
Ampo,
fantastic.
director of Resident Evil 4.
And I'm
There's some
Yoshiaki
gameplay.
Hirabayashi, producer of Resident Evil 4. This title is a reimagining of Resident Evil 4.
Not a
based on the
remake, a
original
reimagining.
Yeah, the community won't let that go if
Similar
you
to
call them
other
remakes,
titles in the
even though it's
series,
easier to call
we're
them
carefully
remakes.
preserving what makes the original title special, while updating it with modern
Yeah, everyone will
flourishes for
argue
everyone to
with you
enjoy
about that.
when it
It's so
launches
dumb.
in 2023.
Interesting.
Today, we'll reintroduce a
It's like
bit
it's just
of the
easier to
game's
say
story.
remake, guys. Come on.
Reintroduce?
Resident Evil 4
Yeah.
is set 6 years after the events in Raccoon City, depicted in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. The main character of the game, Leon S. Kennedy, survived the Raccoon City incident and was assigned as an agent directly under the President of the United States. Leon is dispatched to a quiet village in Europe as part of a mission to rescue the kidnapped daughter of the President.
Interesting they haven't said
You might
Spain.
notice Leon is much more mature and fearless due to his past experiences.
RE1 3.5 coat.
The Ganado, the main enemies of this game, wait for him.
Wow. There we go. Some
The
more
experience of being attacked by hordes of crazed Ganado is truly an iconic moment from Resident Evil. In order to truly bring out the concept of terror of people controlled by madness, the Ganado have been completely redesigned.
What?
Let's take a closer look.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yes!
Wow. Leon arrives at a dense and dangerous forest.
Oh.
We want to nail the feeling of loneliness and fear of not knowing what lies ahead, even
Get the
more
cross
so
the
than the
grenades.
original.
Oh yeah. Get that money.
Of course, there will also be thrilling battles.
No laser sight? I was waiting for that.
People that played the recent Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 should find this familiar.
I wonder if they're gonna have the kicks and stuff in still.
Look forward
It's
to
so
future
much more like
announcements, where
creepy.
We'll have more information on
It
the
looks like
dodge
it'd be like a
mechanic.
stealthy approach,
Resident
kind of like
Evil
Evil
4
Within is
is
what it
being
felt like.
developed for
Yeah.
PlayStation 5,
The crouching and
Xbox
stuff like that.
Series X, Series
there's
S,
everybody's answer
and
to that.
PC.
Not
The
backwards
release
compatible.
date will be March
It's not on
24th,
PS4.
2023.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't expect them that they were
Well,
going
there
to.
are other
We are aiming
games
to create a
today
Resident
were
Evil
though.
4 that everyone
Which is
can
interesting.
enjoy. So please look forward to it.
Like
You guys
Exo
have
Prime
these
was
guys.
before.
Thank you so much.
These guys have the hardest job in the world right now.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
Oh
Okay,
man.
so we saw a little bit more. I mean, I'm not mad about that.
No, me neither.
What did you
Good day to
think
be a
about the
PC
latest
owner.
information on Resident Evil Village and
Oh,
Resident
th-
Evil
they're-
4?
October.
Both games are currently in development. For those that can't wait for the release, check out the
So they're
following
still
games.
developing that Village DLC. That's why it's October.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, hold up.
Can't
Oh,
wait
come
for
here,
the release.
wait.
It's the classic. I bet you it's the classic release.
I'll say it's
Oh,
gonna
Next
be
gen
March.
upgrade.
Oh!
Next gen upgrade.
The
Next gen
4K?
upgrade. They might shadow drop
It's
this
just
tonight.
updates.
Yeah, well, who thinks it's tonight? I think it's tonight.
Well, my RE3 says PS5 upgrade.
That's what everyone's been saying in the chats.
Oh, me and you are demonetized now, aren't we?
I was gonna say copyright. There we
Everybody
go.
talk. Everybody talk.
Right.
Save the channel.
Man, the
You
mom's
can't hear this. You can't hear this. La 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 la.
Oh!
What's wrong with Umbrella?
4K,
The pride of this track.
baby.
Don't look at me like that. I'm not an infected.
How about tomorrow? Or tonight? What?
So fuck Steam.
Resident Evil 7, which brought the series back to its survival horror roots, and the reimagining of classic titles Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. These three titles, built with RE Engine, return with current-gen features including support for 4K, high frame rate, and ray tracing,
There you go.
as well as 3D audio for an even more immersive
Oh my God.
experience. These titles are available for PlayStation 5 and
Oh my
Xbox
God.
Series X and Series
Now.
S beginning today.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes! Right now!
PlayStation 4
Let's
and
go.
Xbox One players can enjoy a free
No additional
digital
fee
upgrade
because
to
they already got
current
paid,
gen
guys.
via
You shouldn't
the
have to
digital
pay
upgrade program
for fucking
and smart
upgrades.
delivery.
That's
Right,
how
or at
it
least
should
full
be.
price.
Free.
Full price
Developers
anyway.
already got
Right.
paid.
On the
That's
same
how it
day.
I was
works,
waiting for the
guys.
PC news.
For newcomers and
Me
veterans
too.
of survival horror alike, we hope you enjoyed the immersion these new versions offer.
I can't.
Well, I know what I'm streaming when I get back from the UK.
Welcome to the family.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
That's all for today's announcements.
So
you.
they didn't show any new RE-verse stuff, so I'm really that makes me very worried.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That wraps up today's
Yeah.
show. We hope you're as
Like, what have you guys been
excited
doing
as
for a
we
whole
are
year?
about some of our upcoming games. Thank you to everyone, new
recycled
and
the
old
same
fans
clip
alike,
to
for
show you
tuning in.
again.
We look forward to sharing more updates with you soon.
I wanted a 4K update, dude.
Maybe give us like one more thing before you.
I don't
go.
even think it's a 4K update, Danny. I don't think it's just 4K either.
It's 4K compatible, is what they said.
No, nothing on the way out.
Same.
So how do you
they
get these
ended.
patches?
It's because they started with RE4 last time.
I mean, let's be honest. That was a very, very good conference.
We got
Very
everything
good.
we wanted.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
mean,
things that we've been dying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
That
got
was
answers.
packed. Okay, start off, Anthony. What did you like? I'll tell you what. Should we just stick with Resident Evil, because the other stuff, I mean, was a bit. Everybody that is watching this content is here for Resident Evil. So start it off, Anthony. What did you like?
I really liked that. We're finally getting to see the Village DLC that we've been waiting for. We haven't seen a glimpse of it, and seeing this, it looks like that they're gonna have some kind of addition to the story. I don't personally know how I feel about like this Rose chapter. It looks very different. It doesn't really. I mean, I didn't think Village personally felt all like Resident Evil, but that's just my opinion. But maybe the DLC might bring some weight to like mercenaries and stuff that I wish they added more. So I was excited for that. But obviously, Resident Evil 4, I think, is like what I was really excited to see some of that gameplay. It looks gorgeous, and it looks like they are delivering on a lot of the stuff they promised. The only thing we didn't really see, like you guys mentioned, is like more of Reverse. But I think that's coming. But I think seeing the Village DLC finally, I'm just excited to check out some new stuff and have an opinion on it. And RE4 definitely, I think, is the top dog for me on this show. So.
No, that's cool. Matt the Marvel, obviously, one of the big worries that were with all of the DLC that's coming, with everything that's coming in Resident Evil at the moment, that Reverse was actually going to be left behind. So, what was your thoughts on seeing Reverse, Matt? And kind of talk us through your thoughts.
So, I was really glad they started with the Village DLC first, because that way we were able to see like the third person Ethan Winters, the third person Rose Winters, which leads me to believe that they're going to be added as characters into RE-verse later. So I was like, oh, cool. So they're making it obvious that they're probably going to add more characters into RE-verse. Now, when we got to RE-verse, we didn't hear anything new other than it's being released in October, but no new gameplay. So that worries me big time. But I'm glad they acknowledged that there's an audience there that really wants to play it, and they're going to release it. So that made me really happy.
And Igor, something that I was very interested in, I'd love to hear your take on this, is that Resident Evil appears to be moving to third person, whether that's intentional or unintentional. It's more accessibility more than anything. Very interesting choice that they're bringing third person to Village, and actually the Shadow of Rose DLC is completely third person. It appears there's no first person option at all. Let's know your thoughts on that.
Well, so you look at the immersion of what's happening to Rose in the trailer, like she's going into the consciousness of the Mega seat. So, like, I think the best way to portray that is third person, and we're finally getting progression on the story into the actual Resident Evil universe. So, yeah, let's see that in third person. Let's. I mean, there was a clone of, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's the baby of the big bad in Village. Mother Miranda's baby is in there, is what I think that is. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but that's
pretty cool.
The consciousness of her daughter, possibly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Didn't even fucking click in my head about that.
Maybe quick fan theory, fighting for the body of Rose.
Yeah, who knows, man?
I
mean, you look at, if it's in third person, there's probably going to be a lot of the both of them on scene, on the screen. I don't know. It's cool. But the consciousness of the Megamycete, I mean, we may see some crazy crap in there.
Nick, mercenary mode. We saw some, because I was talking about this. I went to a meet up with Anthony a couple of days ago, and I thought, man, why is it called the Mercenaries when there's only one person in it? And in my head, I was like, well, how are they going to make this different? Because it's not like you're going to even be out of body for any period of time. Now they've put the third person in it. That's obviously going to transfer over to Mercenaries. What's your thoughts on them? Not just bringing Chris Redfield on board, but now you got some of the Lords characters. Now let's know your thoughts.
What an interesting concept. Now, when like you said, Mercenaries dropped. You go, why did they call it Mercenaries? You just play as one character. And like, again, like you said, there's no real way to kind of differentiate it. I think what they did was very smart. It gives them so like you're limited to first person mode, but every character you play as maybe has their own unique abilities. Maybe they can do certain things that other characters couldn't, and it adds new ways to play the mercenaries mode. Also, some new areas would be really cool too, especially with this DLC coming out. Maybe they'll do some kind of Shadows of Rose area maps in mercenaries. That could be fun. But kudos to Capcom for really kind of figuring out how to resolve that. It's such a minuscule complaint, but they listened and they did something about it. So, yeah.
The mod community is going to have fun playing as Lady Dimitrescu in Village now that she's actually got combat, you know?
Big lady.
We lost Andy just super quick. He'll be right back.
I thought he was really mad.
I was like, he's not liking my opinion right now.
Let's try it again. Mine are.
You just said that.
Mine
to
are
my
hiccup there.
face.
Yeah.
So we were still here, Andy. You just kind of froze out there for the.
Yeah,
Sorry, it did the buffering thing again.
Yeah, that's right. What I'll do is I'll set it on Thrill Brill and I'll quickly jump out and get back in because I think that cures it. Thrill Brill, what are your thoughts on this 4K upgrade? Are you happy it's finally announced?
Oh, definitely. I think this will give us some room for content for Resident Evil for the long wait we got to do for the DLC Resident Evil 4. Honestly, what I'm most excited about is Resident Evil 4 remake. It looks like they kind of pulled from some other horror games with like the crouching mechanism. That felt like that was showing that off right there when you crouch to go underneath there. To be more of a stealthy type of approach. I don't know if anybody's ever played The Evil Within, but that kind of was what it reminded me of, to where you can kind of sneak up behind your enemies and like stab them and stuff like that instead of
there's that
a whole
stealth
village.
layer. Yeah,
exactly. And that's honestly a lot of people want that with all RE content nowadays, more the horror aspect to it. And I think they're going to do a really great job with it. So.
N7 Spectre Shepherd. We didn't get anything on the collaboration between Dead by Daylight and like the Project W that was announced. Does that mean you're going to be moving over to our Reverse when it comes out?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Once our Reverse comes out, that's my fucking bread and butter. Like, I'll try to do both, but RE-verse is, I've been waiting for that and I've been needing it to come out. I need to make content on it. I need to play it constantly. But we keep saying it's far away, but I don't know. October isn't that far, boys. Like,
I don't know, man. That's pretty far.
I'm just look, man. I'm just afraid that we're gonna all of us are gonna make these plans to jump over to RE-verse. Oh my god! Look,
stop it, Nick.
Such a great time.
Nick, and stop it, Nick.
You're crushing them. You're crushing them.
Knocking on wood.
Stop it, Nick. I know what he's doing right now. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, if Capcom wants it to be their premier multiplayer game in Resident Evil, they've worked on it for a year. It's going to be almost a year and a half now. Like when it gets released, it's got to be there's got to be love behind it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, you look at
their main multiplayer.
How are this game? This game was supposed to be ready a year ago. How are we still 5 months away from it being
because
ready?
they really want it to be good, Nick.
Here's something interesting as well. Now, I'd love to know Anthony's thoughts on this. Something that I saw right at the end there, as Village was capping, as RE4 remake was capping off, was the fact that they only announced RE4 remake for current gen. Right. They're completely forgetting about PS4 and Xbox One. Do you think that's going to be a detriment to Resident Evil? For me, it's polarized everyone. Some people love the idea, some people hate the idea. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm getting those comments on my end too, on a lot of the videos of why isn't it for the older machines? But I think we're getting to a point where, guys, the old machines are from 2013. Give it up. I know it's hard to get new machines. I know that sounds harsh, and I understand what's going on right now. But listen, it can't run. It probably just can't run on those potatoes, man. The PS4 sounded like a jet engine. The Xbox One sucked ass. Okay, I'm just being honest. I own both machines. I buy brand new Xboxes, and I have a PS5. I own both machines, but I can still talk shit on all those older consoles because they ran like shit. And I think we're getting to a point where it needs to be on the new machines, guys. They're trying to show off these games in the best way possible. And I understand Last of Us 2 ran on PS4, but it ran like shit. It ran decent, but come on, guys. Like, I think they're just trying to move on and have this, new era and just really make it the best it can be and not have to, have this downgraded version. We're going to get to a point where there isn't going to be stuff coming out for PS4 and Xbox One anymore. It's just going to move on. The generation's already started. We're 2 years in and we barely got shit to play. You know what I mean? And so we're finally getting stuff for the new machines where you have to have it, or just build a PC and save some money.
Exactly. I think if the stock issue went away, none of this would be a problem. It's just the fact that there is a stock issue. There's big scalpers. That's the reason why the price is jacking up. Once Sony and Microsoft sort that issue out, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But yeah, the PS4 launched like what, 9 years ago now. Like no other generation has had it for that long. The PS2 was only around for 6 years. The PS3 was only around for like maybe 7 years. Like. And again, you're right in what you say. It's not an elitist attitude. It is we need to move with the times. Developers are not taking risks with the new platform because they know they can rely on the install base of previous gen. And we're still getting people asking questions. Why has the PS5 got no new games? It's because you're not committing and going to the next gen. So that's the reason why we're not why the PS5 still has no games. And I'm so glad that they made that decision. To finally go, do you know what? No, we're gonna do it for next gen.
I will say
right thing to do.
There is a reason that the Maiden demo was a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think point. Really them when Village was. I'm sure you guys remember when Village was coming out. They had a whole big reveal that it was going to be on older consoles. That like people who didn't own a PS5 or a Series X yet. We're going to be able to play it. But I guess at a certain point, like when you do something like that, you're going to have to expect the next one probably won't have that because it looks like they're already looking to move on to just the next generation.
Yeah, the funny thing is, titles. So RE Village, when it was reviewed for the very first time, it actually was only on PS5 and the next gen titles. And for the next big reveal, that came months later, they actually announced that it's going to be on PS4, Xbox One as well due to popular demand.
That's a very good. I completely forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah. So if fans keep petitioning for PS4, Xbox One releases, and they may do it for Resident Evil 4, but it's doubtful because they already did it for RE Village. But yeah, with Capcom, we never know.
Capcom, man.
my guy's getting trademarks out there, man. That's crazy. Danny, man, I have to go back, and we might double up on these questions, but I still can't believe Shadow of Rose is going to be in third person only. They're cutting out first person. Why are Capcom doing this? Why are they doing it right now?
Can you believe that the last 2 years, 3 years, people have been forced to play this first person style that they wanted us to all believe in, all for them to just be like, just kidding, third person again. I'm actually excited about it just because I personally, I used to boycott games like Resident Evil 7 just because it was first person, even though I'm like an avid multiplayer FPS guy now. I'm actually excited that they're going to make this game a lot more difficult to play because of this third person thing. I don't think that we're in for an easy time when it comes to playing not only the Rose DLC, but Village all over again in third person. It's not going to be as easy or movable or flexible. And I think we're all up for a challenge. I'm pretty excited about it.
I mean, you and I, Danny, have modded RE7.
We sure have.
Well, we modded it to be not us specifically, but we modded it to where it would run in first or third person to just experience it,
which was great. It was a phenomenal time. It was difficult too. It's not easy to do, which I'm excited about because I feel even with Village of Shadows difficulty, Village was not a very challenging game. So this is definitely going to add some difficulty to it. And I'm excited to jump back in 5 months or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree. Village of Shadows is not very challenging. Like a lot of people are complaining that Heisenberg fight on VOS was pretty difficult, but then on my first run, I defeated Heisenberg on first try without infinite ammo, and I had the crosshair turned off. Like, not to brag or anything, but like for experienced RE players, I don't think Village of Shadows offers much challenge. It's probably challenging for newer or casual players, but compared to RE5's Desperate Escape on professional solo, Village of Shadows is a cakewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big talk coming from Albert Wesker himself, man.
You got Andy multiplying in the screen.
Yeah,
I wonder.
that was multiverse Andy there. Sorry about that.
I wonder if that means like because it's called Shadows of Rose, it's going to be like inherently a harder difficulty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just might have
Maybe.
even a harder
Like I
mode
said,
if once you beat it.
I
Maybe
can imagine that. Yeah, like they'll have like
you
a
unlock a harder difficulty, maybe.
right, because I feel like some people might complain if it's like too brutal because there is some casual people that might be jumping in for the first time buying the gold
that
edition,
or even too easy. Like what if
Right.
it's like right, you know, it doesn't have a difficulty setting.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Look at what Elden Ring did to the difficulty gamescape, though. You know, like,
Yeah,
that was Andy.
difficulty is hype now. Like, oh my god, this is so
That's
hard.
true.
Let's go try it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Speaking of hard difficulties, have you guys played? I'm sure you guys have played it, but like End of Zoe DLC from RE7.
Yes.
Have all of you guys played it?
Yeah.
Have you guys played it on the hardest difficulty, the Joe must die difficulty?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah,
That one
It's
that one's
hard.
broken.
I
That was
like
broken,
that. I
basically.
love it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Sometimes the alligators don't die, even though you precisely shoot them in the eye and throw the spear in the eye. They don't die. It's kind of broken.
Mhm.
Yeah. Compared to that,
Resident
Village of
Evil
Shadows was-
logic, if you will.
Yeah.
So Anthony, another question I wanted to ask. A lot was announced today. Is there anything you felt that, with particular regard to just the Resident Evil showcase, is there anything you felt Capcom could have done better?
I think if anything, they you know, I think they I feel like they really did have a good like flow of how they wanted to announce things. But if anything, I just think like Rose DLC, and I know this might, you know, bring down the room, but I just like wish it was something that had to do with Chris. Because I think Chris Redfield is one of my favorite characters. They did him dirty in Village,
love this man.
They did
this
him,
man.
They did him dirty in Village, man, straight up. And people seem to ignore that. And I know Ethan, but listen, Chris Redfield was in the background. They wrote him out of the game, basically. He was barely there. And I really personally wanted to see Chris DLC. I'm actually happy Rose is in this DLC so we can get on with it and just move on to the next Resident Evil and start this new story. You know, I'm done with the first person. I understand Sony cut the check for the VR. That's why we're in this first person era, but now we're moving out of it. And I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'm not really too stoked on the Rose stuff. And I know that's going to, you know, piss people off, especially on my end, on my channel, but it is what it is. You know, I'm still going to play. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to review it. You know me, like I'll do it anyway. And because I want to have an opinion on it. I'm not going to judge it before it comes out, but Chris Redfield and Jill, those are my two favorite characters of all time. Where the fuck's Chris Redfield? And now he's like 60, 70 years old in the timeline. So what are you doing? What are you
Benjamin
doing
Button.
to finish
Old,
the story?
old man Redfield.
What's
Trying to get his
happening?
social security.
What is happening to
check.
our
Come
old
on.
characters that we've been with for 26 years, man? You know, so
Andy-
that's kind of my little complaint on Capcom.
Does that mean
Everything
that
else was
Resident
fine.
Evil
but-
9 would be based 16 years from now?
Back
I mean,
in my
could be-
day, we
could be
only
a-
had 6 inventory
Why
slots.
didn't
Back in my day.
Man, why didn't you introduce me to this man sooner? This Redfield Stan,
Yeah,
Chad
man.
Stan
Dude,
over
dude.
here, man.
We're talking Resident Evil right now, and let's talk Resident Evil.
Yeah, man. I that's it, man. I just like, and you know, ever since I've said that since it came out, I never heard the end of it from some comments, but you know, I wanted to see more Chris, man, overall. And
I
just
agree
didn't
with
get it.
you, dude. I'm
Thanks.
so. I've been talking about this ever since I finished Village. Like I feel like he wasn't in it enough, and when I got to play as him, oh my god,
Yeah.
I savored every single moment.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
like,
man.
finally, and then it's like it's over, and you're like, what?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so,
I feel this, man.
Bro, they even did Chris Redfield dirty in reverse by giving him the 7 skin.
This design.
Yeah, they do the
Oh,
same
Oh my
God.
god.
godly reason.
It's
But
like Biff from Back to the Future coming in as Fucking Chris. What are you looking at, butthead?
but I would argue now that they're gonna have a different model for Chris because they now have him in third person for RE Village.
Maybe they'll
Chris.
just have
like a different skin,
different
right?
versions, yeah, or two like Chris Redfield, Resident Evil 7, Chris Redfield, Resident Evil Village.
And no one. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just that makes sense to me. Now that there's these third person models for these Resident Evil characters in the RE engine, they can release them as characters in REverse. But I don't know what's happening, what they got going on over there. So
another big question that wasn't really that clear from the trailer is: will Leon be breaking and entering again, committing a crime? Turning up to a country woefully linguistically unequipped, and speaking to him in perfect English by himself, concealed carrying, not knowing the laws. I mean, in my opinion, old boy Ganado had it right, man. Like,
Andy, they call that
design will have it right.
Because Castle Doctrine, dude. The guy walked into his front room. You know, I was posting this online, and someone said, "Well, he just walked into the house." Okay, that's not breaking and entering. Okay, so if you left your car door open and someone got into your car, is that not carjacking?
Andy's not letting this one go.
I'm not, dude. Do you know what? And I posted a meme earlier, dude. I got the Spanish fucking law out, which said about Castle Doctrine. I was not playing games, man. It was like Section 20A about self-defending, dude.
Igor is now Resident Evil 7
trolling hard.
Yeah. My name's Chris Redfield. Do you remember me?
The real Chris Redfield.
Yeah,
that's
They
amazing.
didn't even call him Chris. He just said Redfield. They knew what they were doing. They knew that like people were going to be upset.
Just call me Mr.
Well, that's why I still think RE7 was a soft reboot for the franchise, and they didn't want to tell anybody. I still stand by that to this day. Like that's why they were kind of tiptoeing around, like not really know, because they were like, yeah, I'm Redfield, but I'm not. I don't really look. I'm a crackhead, Chris. It's like, yo, you could have just made it a lot better, and then they listened and they changed the design to he actually looks like Chris, so that's cool. But yeah, RE7 was definitely a trial.
It's Chris's cousin Neil Redfield.
Yeah,
Someone
the
said.
clone. Remember the comments?
Fucking Hank
They were
Redfield.
like, is that Chris? That's a clone of Chris? Like no one believed it was Chris because he looked like a dinky Chris.
Well, so they just de-chatted his jawline. I don't know what they did there.
The funny thing is, both RE7 and RE8 Chris have the same face model. It's just that they changed RE8's Chris model, the skull shape of that model to resemble
Because they knew it was
RE5.
messed up.
It's really silly, really silly.
Guys.
Another thing that I actually picked up on, and this may be a really small oversight. They didn't mention Spain. They said he's gone to a small village in Europe, and I know that seems like such a silly thing to say, but why not just say? Because Europe's a pretty diverse place, man. There's loads of countries in Europe. Why don't you just say, "Oh, it's a rural village in Spain"? So is it going to be in Spain?
Well, I would assume so.
It's kind of like RE5. They just say Africa. Africa is a continent. They don't say which country in Africa.
It's Kijuju.
Yeah.
It's not real though.
I think Andy froze again.
Oh yeah, he did. But I mean, I wonder they didn't want to just like narrow it down to Spain for like culturally sensitive reasons or something like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. This is.
Igor, I got to know what you're doing over there.
Do you see the comparison of Biff from
It's
Back to the Future?
Same picture. Though.
Yeah,
That's the problem. You put two of the same picture.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm Redfield.
Yeah,
Leon.
I still find it odd that they wanted to wait all the way up till October. I wonder if like COVID slowed them down or something like that. Because that's a long wait. That's a long time to wait for that DLC.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, when I saw that reveal, it's gonna release on October about Reverse. The first thing that came to my mind was the meme. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
At least it plays into the Halloween hype of horror,
right? Which is probably what they wanted to do, right?
Yeah, it gives something to like, oh, Resident Evil, Halloween, like people are gonna be playing it, streaming it, whatever, either Village DLC, REverse. Crazy amount of content's gonna be put out with that.
And I would also argue that now that they have Alcina and what's his name, Heisenberg.
Carl.
Yeah. Now that they're in the art, like they're like have movable like models and rigs in Mercenaries mode. Those are also something like those, like they could be BOW types in REverse now.
Yeah,
now they have rigged models now.
You know what's sad? My man, Moreau is being left out again.
Yeah, no fish boy. No fish boy. You can't. No underwater map for.
How did they miss
Mercenaries?
how did they miss the opportunity to not put Donna in there? You could just like kill every enemy with a giant baby.
Oh well, I mean, because it
She's
seems
not an
like they
action
all
character.
Puppets, maybe.
She's not a combat oriented
Oh,
character.
there he
that's
is.
why.
He's on his,
Andy's coming in from an undisclosed location.
He's like, sorry, boys. I
He's in the
just
back.
shit
He's
right.
kidnapper.
I just shit right.
live from Shep's backyard.
Oh my! He's in the shed out back right now.
We are. Just if we can get our man back in.
Is that UK server?
Yeah, I think it keeps, for whatever reason, it keeps bouncing our man out.
Well, it only does it when it happens to you. So I'm thinking like it's a UK thing.
Yeah, it just doesn't like us. See if we can get him to refresh and bring in. But yeah, man, it was a crazy showcase, man. So much happened in a very, very short space of time, man. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm glad that we all did this, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a blast, dude.
And now it's
I
time to
gotta
play
ask,
the director's cut of RE1 on my PS5.
Yeah, same.
With the mansion theme?
I'm gonna be sitting there
the
all
basement
day.
theme. Basement
You kidding
theme.
me? Going right to the basement, staying there, just zoning out.
Yeah.
But 28th of October is the is the release date, which is crazy, man. I can't believe it's finally here, even though like I expected it to happen. It still has kind of come out of nowhere.
They did the update requirements for, let's see, it said a text update for the system requirements for the updated Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. That's on Steam. That's all I've seen. I've not seen an update link myself.
So it is on Steam.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't say that's all that they did on Steam. Just text update today on system requirements.
Yeah, I see the same thing. Whack.
Yep.
They did the same thing with Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Yep. It's a DirectX 12. Yeah. That's all I see.
I've got two concerns about the. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't own a next gen console.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I've got two concerns about the third-person mode for RE Village. Is it going to be a smooth, functional third-person mode, or is it going to play like those mods that get released? Because it's a first-person game from the ground up.
Right.
Like, you know how certain third-person games add a first-person mode later on, and they're kind of stiff and clunky. So I'm worried the other side, the vice versa, may happen with this one, because Ethan did look kind of stiff.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And is the third person mode part of the paid DLC, or is it a free update?
I think it's a part of the DLC because it was advertised as the three things that were going to be with.
Yeah, I think it's like a winter. What they say?
It's a gold edition.
Yeah, gold edition, but it's like the winter's expansion.
Yeah, there you go.
Like that. Like they had a name for all three of them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, most likely it's gonna be all.
That is odd that they would put something like that under paid DLC though. Yeah. I do see where he's coming from. Like that's odd to put under paid DLC.
Oh, for sure.
We're literally paying for a camera angle.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, man. The game is not going to play the same as the FPS. So you got to think about it. You know, the FPS is one style, whereas
Yeah.
you know you gotta balance out both of these sticks now, as opposed to I just think like RE2 and RE3 is a little more complex when it coming to playing it well.
Yeah.
Right, but those are built from the ground up in third person.
Yeah.
Whereas
Who's to say that they didn't actually plan for this when they made Village to begin with?
Well,
Capcom
I
Capcom
guess,
actually
but
reads a lot of forum complaints and all that, and then they make the decisions later for certain the decisions.
I'm sure there'll be updates.
Yeah.
They
weren't planning to release. Sorry about that.
Hey, Connor.
They weren't planning to release RE Village for the PS4 and Xbox One. Only after fans petitioning for that, they brought it to PS4 and Xbox One, and they mentioned that clearly that it is due to popular demand. So yeah, I just hope the third person mode actually plays fluidly and controls like the older third person games of RE. Yeah, RE5 is one of my most played games of all time. I think I've played it for like over 4,000 hours.
I think what they're really aiming for though, is for it to play, for them to play like the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. I think that's what we're more in for than anything else.
Right, and that's what they aim to do. I hope it's just as fluid as those ones,
Yeah.
Does it mean that they're going in the same direction for Resident Evil 9? Will we see a third-person Resident Evil 9 with multiple characters?
It would be weird. It would be weird to see it become in first person now. Go back. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So my concern doesn't apply for.
We'll start taking some questions from the comments as they're coming in, because we've got quite a few people tuning in today. So it's always good seeing some cool questions coming in. So this is more of a comment more than anything. But Elizabeth said Andy's actually logged in from an outhouse in RE4's village somewhere and can't get out, so he's made do where he is. That is painfully accurate. More SPV, boys.
Oh man,
Killed me with that TikTok. Holy shit!
You're actually streaming from the house where you neutralized that old guy.
Yeah, you stole it from him.
Man danced his way into the house, murdered him, and is now streaming from his living room.
Yeah, so that's so Ant's having some problems getting back online. What we'll do is we'll keep everybody busy, keep everybody motivated on his stream. Tonight was a wild night. It was the Resident Evil showcase. So much was announced. So anybody from Let's Talk Resident Evil is watching now. Drop some comments in the chat. We'll get some interactions going. I was very, very impressed that they managed to fit so much in, and it wasn't even to 35 minutes. It was to like 15 minutes maximum. So a lot of stuff happened tonight.
I'm just looking through the comments here, see if I find anything juicy.
I think us seeing RE4 gameplay like actually being played was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, even if it was very short.
Yeah, I wanted to see him kill something, but whatever.
Here's some perspective from Retina, from RE Tina.
Hey, Anthony's back.
There he is. He's back.
Literally, the link is like, I tried on Chrome, I tried Firefox, and now of course my dinky phone works. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
As long as you're here, bud, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I thought Capcom heard what I said and they're like coming to find me, take me off the program. I don't know what was going to happen, but I'm back. So what's up? Where were we at?
We've got our Romanian correspondent on the scene at House Dimitrescu. Anthony, what's going on there? Let's know.
I heard the Jersey internet. I saw someone's coming out the Jersey. No, I'm in the UK right now, actually. So I'm in Andy's part.
Dude, you're on fucking 70s socialist internet, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I suppose I was just saying, Anthony, they managed to fit so much content into like 15 minutes. It was unbelievable, and it ticked off everything. There were a couple of, obviously, you never believe leakers anyway, but there were a couple of things that were just outright wrong. Little Hope, I think, was the name that was kind of pushed around the internet as the DLC. That ended up just being not true. Reverse finally get an announcement, but No, there was nothing. No leaks about an additional mode, additional mercenaries mode.
Open
not
beta.
like- They kept us on our toes.
For it to be a gold edition, I guess more DLCs coming for Village, right?
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. Multiple DLCs. I'm hoping we get some Chris action too, though.
Hope so.
I think it'd be cool.
Was you disappointed with Resident Evil 7 then, Anthony?
No, I mean, I like RE7 more than Village now that I recently went back and played it on, I played it in VR, so I wanted to have an opinion on that. And it wasn't bad. I just get sick from the PSVR. Like, I have to stop every couple hours. That's just me, though. Like, I know it's different for everybody, motion sickness wise. But, I like the scaled down nature in RE7. It definitely at least it brought it back from the bloated, 6 that we had. Right. So it brought things back down to scale. And again, it was kind of like a soft reboot. So I didn't mind them kind of going in that direction. I just kind of wish they stayed a little bit more grounded. I wasn't a fan of the Bakers as much or the Molded, but I and even the DLC on that was like, but I do like 7 more than Village, now that I'm kind of going back a year later and playing it. But it wasn't that bad. But again, I always like the, just when they implemented more characters that I enjoyed. I just never really was a fan of Ethan, even by the end of Village, but that's just my opinion.
The updates just went live. They're
perfect.
Massive.
Perfect.
Yeah, PC 51 gigs, which is probably the whole game on 7. 3 is 14 and 2 is 22.
Oh shit! Cool. Yeah, they're updating.
Yep.
There we go.
Let's go.
So fantastic username. I think he's actually from your stream, Anthony. But Fatty McRottentooth says,
"What a fucking name!"
I think the RE4 VR content will be just the RE4 VR version that is out now, includes as an option. And I think that's an excellent point, Fatty McRottentooth. I had to say that again. That's an interesting point, because I feel like if Resident Evil 4 VR didn't come out, it wouldn't have set the path for these new VR ports, because Resident Evil 4 VR was completely built from the ground up. It was really, really good, and I recommend everyone plays it. It's completely different from RE7.
I'm going to check it out next month for my stream, so I can't wait to kind of dive in and kind of have an opinion on that for sure. It looked very intriguing, and I heard the Mercenaries is fun. So yeah, I definitely want to check it out. And you were mentioning to me the other night that it doesn't get you as motion sickness as the PSVR, so I'm really curious to try that out too. Because I was just having that problem with it. But I think PSVR 2 needs bangers, because the PSVR 1 just didn't have the weight. It had RE7, it had a couple there's probably 5 games you could probably play and have fun with. Everything else, it was too early, and it felt like you're in the 90s. Like, the VR had so many wire, now they're streamlining it more, and there's been more time for the technology to kind of simmer. So I think if anything, now's the time for them to be like, all right, we're just gonna put out the bangers, we're just gonna put out the VR for Village, put out the VR for RE4 Remake. So that is cool. I'm definitely not against first person stuff entirely, or that VR experience, considering I finally played RE7 VR and thought it was pretty good. I understand why they went in first person, because it was supposed to be for VR. So you kind of gain a little bit more of a perspective once you play through it on the headset.
Yeah. And then to 1.8, I keep going back to it, because it's such a left field thing for them to do. People have modded third person in with Resident Evil 7 and Village. But yeah, to have it officially supported is crazy, especially this soon.
Yeah.
This game is big now. Good God. 63.8 gigs on 7.
Both of these, all 3 of these updates are huge.
I'm going to uninstall all my mods.
The 7 one is humongous. And then there's also an update for Dead by Daylight, it seems.
Ooh.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's... Well, they would have announced Project W, to be fair.
Yeah, I think the update date is just for mid-chapter cosmetics that come out. Right, I think that's all it is, to be honest with you.
Okay, so if we've kind of spoken about Resident Evil now, is there anything... if we put it back to Matt the Marvel, is there anything else from the Capcom, just the general Capcom showcase that you enjoyed?
I really like the Rose DLC and that you can play Village in third person. That I actually really, really love that. I thought that was so cool.
Man, I literally said non-Resident Evil.
Shit, you just shit on his whole thing there.
Sorry, sorry, my bad. I'm currently mid script, so I'm like half here, half there. My bad. Go to
And
someone else.
confirm, Matt the Marvel doesn't think Rose is part of the Resident Evil universe. You heard it here first.
My bad. I don't know. Monster Hunter. I like Monster Hunter. Being proud.
So here's an interesting comment, actually. So from I think it's from Anthony's stream. Do you guys think Resident Evil 4 remake will bring back ragdoll physics from RE2? I mean, we'll see, because it was omitted from Resident Evil 3, but it didn't really. It wasn't really in Resident Evil Village, so you couldn't even say it was the limitations of the RE engine and having all those people on the screen. So I don't know. Maybe they just did away with it in the end.
Yeah,
Possibly,
they should bring
yeah.
the brutality that we had.
Here's my question: do you think they'll bring back the sweet kicks and suplexes?
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm hoping
so.
to finally see some melee attacks. I was also hoping that they might bring the dodge mechanic into this.
I don't think so.
I would hope
so.
so from like RE3 remake. Yeah, I would love that. I feel like that's what made
that would be cool.
a little bit better. A little bit better was because the dodge mechanic made it just a little bit
I
better.
mean, I love the dodge mechanic in 3 remake, but I don't know. Would Leon be the one just going?
Because it's like a breathing that you just can't do it.
So Danny, you bring up a good point with that, because the whole, when they marketed RE3 remake and they're talking about the dodge, they also brought up that it's because Jill has already dealt with the something in the mansion, obviously, that she knows this. So I would find it really cool if Capcom decided, with this new take on the whole series being these remakes, that now Leon has a dodge mechanic because he dealt with RE2, and because of the dodge mechanic, they rework all of the Ganados and all of the enemies, and they make them a little more aggressive and a little more brutal, that warrants a dodge mechanic. They're not as slow. I think that'd be amazing. I think that
Retina just like beat me to what I was just gonna suggest. Dodge mechanic with a counter attack to stun enemies. That would put the two ideas together, because like it's gonna be kind of hard to, like, I don't know if they're gonna make it as quick as an effect where it was in the original, where you shoot a knee and they're stunned and you could drop a kick. But it would be cool if they put these two things together, where it's like, oh, this enemy is trying to get you, you hit a dodge and then another button for a kick. That would be dope.
And that follows the Resident Evil Village motto of Ethan dealt with stuff in RE7, so now when he blocks, he has a kick.
Yeah.
So I think they should, because it would just make sense. All these RE games, they've had this trend now.
Yeah.
Interesting that they keep using the term reimagined. They're staying away from remake, because when they did Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, they used that word all through the marketing. But reimagined. Anthony, what do you think about why are they using that specifically?
I think it's just because, like, I think they want to stay away from, maybe, I don't know, people just like they don't want people to think that it's just like a 1-for-1, maybe they just want people to be like, yo, we're gonna tweak some stuff, and because it's a reimagining, they can kind of use that as an out, as if they change some stuff, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what they did in RE3, and it caused a lot of stuff. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some cut stuff in here. I don't want to be like a negative Nancy, but I think they might cut down some stuff. But I think it might be appropriate, like I think personally the island could use some reworking as far as the pacing, because I think that by the time you get to I love RE4, it's like a perfect game, but I still recognize that by the time you get to the island, there's some like weird pacing issues with that game, in my opinion. And I feel like the horror, like I'm getting shot at by, bows and a Gatling gun guy. Like, come on, like give me more horror on the island. Give me more of the regenerator horror. Give me more of that layer, those layers that I really would like to see. But I think the reimagining stuff is for that reason. They just don't, they kind of want to be in their own lane and do what they want, even though people will critique them. I just think that they are using that term as like a safe little bubble. They can do what they want.
Yeah. A subtle disclaimer, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. I keep seeing this comment everywhere. I feel like Krauser's getting cut.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I don't think so. He's the one who kidnaps Ashley. Like that's the whole basis. He's
Right.
the one who gets
Yeah,
Ashley
but
to
you
the
can,
island. Like
you can write it as anyone captures Ashley, I guess.
Right, but Krauser was a big because he was American. That's how he got into like. I guess that somehow worked at him like getting to trust the Illuminatus, getting to trust him. He was American, so let me go steal the president's daughter with you.
as well as
right.
the missions with
That's
Leon.
true.
As
That's
well as
true.
the missions with
Yeah.
Leon,
That's true.
So
him and Ada, part of that organization, and they're probably going to utilize it. That's why I don't want him cut, because he is part of the story. I feel like they could obviously redevelop that. Been a long time, comrade. It's like, all right, well, we can fill that in a little bit better. You know what I mean? And not have to reference Operation Javier and like a cutscene. They can probably do, because I don't think everybody that's playing RE4 knows what Operation Javier is. So you're going to have to explain that in a better way for casual audience that never played Resident Evil 4, because they're trying to bring in as many new people as possible. I was just telling Andy this. There's a new Resident Evil fan every other day, So they're trying to scoop in as many people as possible. So telling the story in a more even way will be, only benefit it.
I'm going to be devil's advocate here. What if Ada kidnaps her?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
No reason why.
That'd be wild.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Because Leon loves her,
and then helps Leon.
Right, that
get
would
her
cause
out
more
there.
like turmoil, right? Like,
yeah.
I guess it makes sense from the standpoint of like she's selfish enough that she would capture the president's daughter if it means that it benefits her in her own gain, but also cares enough to like, all right, now I'm gonna help you escape because I got you into this mess, and
yeah.
But just sticking with Krauser, something that we was talking about the other day, Anthony, was if they're not doing CQ, if they're not doing QTEs, because QTEs are bygone era at this point. If they're not doing QTEs, how are they going to handle the Krauser boss fights?
yeah, it's really weird because it's all about that, right?
Yeah,
like it's all about the knife. It's all about and a lot of people are like, man, that opening cinematic with them won't be as impactful without QTE. But like, do you guys think, like, I have a question for the room, like, do you think QTE would still work as often as it appeared in RE4 in 2022 or 2023? Sorry, because that's when it's coming out.
I don't know.
What's QTE? What is that?
Guys like QuickTime events. God damn it! What the fuck? Give me answers.
Yeah. Well, the
answer is no.
The Quarry just came out and it's filled with QuickTime events, and it's
that's a different kind of game, I guess, right? Like, isn't it more like
that's the only. That's the only.
Yeah, but Igor's right. That's really only the game, real gameplay mechanics in that game is the QuickTime events. Like you choose a decision and then you have a QuickTime event. We actually, I don't know. We haven't seen QuickTime events in a long time. Now that I think about it, in Resident Evil.
Shenmue. Like I'm thinking Shenmue, of remarkable titles. Like I don't know.
That's true. But you're right. I have not seen QuickTime events in a long time in Resident Evil. Now that you mentioned it, I didn't even notice it till you said it.
Rev 2, sort of.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
some button bumps here and there on RE3, right? But it was like that's like very little. It's not like RE4. It was so often.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Space Superiority said we don't know what QTEs are. We do know what QTEs are.
I didn't. I was like, what the hell is a QTE? I was like, what is that?
QuickTime event, bud.
I was like, what is that?
Amazing.
I was like, oh, a QuickTime event. That makes sense.
We were all deep in thought about it.
Yeah,
I was sitting there actually thinking. I was like, "What the hell is a QTE?" I just always call them a QuickTime event.
Yeah,
you just never put
two
together,
is.
did you, man?
Yeah. God, I'm like disconnected.
Yeah, and on a side note, another interesting point here from Stevie Mac 23 as I try and get it up on the screen here. RE1 Director's Cut is now live on PlayStation Plus in the US. What do you guys think? It doesn't sound like it's got trophy support though.
No trophies. I took a look.
You know what's interesting is they just kind of quietly put it out, huh?
Yeah.
There was no announcement. I figured that would be one of the big things. Is they're like, hey, look, classic Resident Evil games coming to PlayStation. Like that would have been something that they could have thrown in there real quick, maybe at the end. There was nothing. They just put it on there.
And it came out
We got
today,
cut.
and they didn't talk about it.
Yeah, it didn't say anything.
That's weird. That would have been cool if they were like, "Yo, the trilogy's up right now on the plate." Like that would have been cool. You know what I mean?
Right. And it looks. I saw some pictures. It looks good. I mean, for a Resident Evil 1 original.
And it's not the DualShock. I want to let people know it apparently does have the original music. So everyone will be happy. They don't got to hear the basement theme again.
I don't know. I love that theme.
Well, I suppose that opens the door to Resident Evil 2 and 3, and you can really have that classic collection like that was spoken about a little while ago. I'd like to see that. I really would. I'd like to see them put them both on there.
Hell yeah, definitely.
Trophy support's the big thing now, because Siphon, it's almost like Sony have given the developers option. Like if they want to put it in, you can. If you don't, it's okay. And I think, well, no, you've got to keep a fucking uniform service here. You know, it's got to be consistent across the board.
Yeah,
so
that would be so lame if they did like RE2 had trophies and then like 1 and 3 didn't. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you know, that would suck if they did something like that. But right now it's like no trophies on RE, but they have Siphon Filter trophies and what's the other one? The Hot Shots golf trophies and all that shit. So
yes, because Hot Shots golf league trophies, and we don't need kill every nemesis in Resident Evil 3 hard mode trophy. You know? Like,
oh come on, we do. What the hell? Come on.
I'm wondering if they're seeing us.
Me and Nucci might have to do that tomorrow. You know, we're gonna have to. Kill a bunch
I
of
would personally like that trophy.
I wonder if they're seeing his trophy as like a dated system. Like like people don't care about achievements anymore.
Well, I wonder creators, we do, you know, and our audience does, right? They would be great for us, but we're the minority now, you know.
It gives everybody a chance to go back and play Resident Evil and look at it in a different perspective. Like they might. I mean, you know, me and Anthony, for example, like been doing challenges and stuff like that historically. So I've always done weird shit like that, you know, like knife only and handgun only, what have you. But you know, it'd be good if you had trophies.
That's a
like
good point.
You know, they're the challenges. You know, it'd be so good.
Right.
Kill nemesis with knife only every time. I don't think you'd want to do that. That seems horrific. although, and again, like Nuji talk about this in his stream tomorrow. We went to a gaming bar for everybody else context, and there was a chap there. Like me and Anthony were just talking, and there was a chap there that literally completed Resident Evil director's cut with a knife. I remember walking past, he was in the dining room, and then like an hour later, or a couple of hours later, he was on the Tyrant fight. This man was just sitting in the bar playing Resident Evil 1. It was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Ben. You know, he was Ben killed it on that run. We were getting another drink, and then I see like he's by the ladder because you know you kill everyone to get the fastest ending. So you just see Barry die. I'm like, holy shit, he's already at the end. What the hell?
That's great.
That's the biggest
he
pop
killed
of
it.
the night, man.
Yeah, he killed it, man. Knife only.
That was it was great. As we start to wind this down, is there any kind of final thoughts from everyone regarding what we saw today? Was everybody content with what they saw? Do you feel like they still left some content on the table for maybe future announcements? The floor is yours, guys.
I'm happy to have shared this moment with y'all. Big props.
Thanks,
Commentary's excellent. I'm happy, obviously.
Just a couple of cool, quirky guys, you know.
Yeah, International Fight Week, dude. It's International Fight Week. We got the Resiverse here. We're talking about our favorite game series, Resident Evil, shooting the shit. This is the best way of watching showcases. Is with people that understand what the hype is, understand what we want to get out of Resident Evil, but we all still have our own interpretation on what we believe Resident Evil is. I think that's
absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree. And we all respect each other's opinions.
I'm excited to see just third person action. This is going to be like very cool. Just being with the fact that I want a reason to go back to Village and replay the game, and this is literally top notch, a great reason to do it. So I'm excited to just start fixing it up on Resident Evil Village. I just noticed why I heard so many of you wearing Hawaiian shirts.
That was Andy's goal. That was his goal the whole time. I only brought out the horror shirt. I had no Hawaiian shirt. He's like, he messaged me. He's like, "Did you bring anything like that on your trip?" I'm like, let me see what the best thing I got. I was like, I got, it was Drew Barrymore. That's it.
Well, that's more than sufficient. No, it was an inside joke, really. It was about half an hour before we went live. We said, "Oh, should we just like all put on Hawaiian shirts?" I actually think Phil Bill was in Walmart.
Yeah, he was.
I went and bought this, dude.
That is so killer. That's dedication, brother.
Hell yeah.
That's funny.
Now we've got Hawaiian shirts and hot sauce. It's getting weirder every time.
Hot sauce check.
Hot sauce check.
Yeah.
Party.
My hot sauce is green, so it's like blending in with the background.
Resident Reveler, you have been an exceptionally quiet man. What are your final thoughts on this show?
So I was really aiming to see the gunplay of RE4 remake or reimagining. So I really love the laser sight aiming in RE4 and 5 because it makes the aiming a lot more immersive. Because both the player and the player character are synced in terms of what they're looking at while aiming. So I find that a lot more immersive than looking at a floating crosshair on the screen, which doesn't really exist in the environment of the game. It actually just exists on the screen, right? So I was really hoping for laser sight aiming to make a comeback, mainly for RE4 remake. And I have I've been holding off on this question. So the Separate Ways campaign, do you think it's going to be integrated into the main campaign, like how Carlos's story integrates into RE3 remake and even the original? And will Wesker make an appearance?
Yes to Wesker.
Yeah.
Yes to Wesker.
I think it'll be integrated.
Go on.
I think it'll be integrated, is what I was gonna say. I feel like they're gonna take it and just mix it into one cohesive story instead of beat the game and then let's switch over to Ada and do it if you want to. Yeah.
And again, it's only because we've just come from a Resident Evil meetup where we was all talking about this. There were sections in Separate Ways, which is just you revisiting Leon's areas as Ada, like you was doing the same sort of thing. I think the ringing of the bell should be in there. Fighting Sadler should be in there. Like, do we need a Jack Krauser boss fight when you'd already killed him in the main campaign? Yeah. Absolutely not. And then obviously throwing the rocket launcher to Leon has to be in there somehow.
Have you guys ever tried shooting Leon as Ada through the cage in Separate Ways in the original?
I think I have tried that actually.
I have.
I think so.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking of it.
No,
I always like doing that, and I think I definitely love Ada, and I think having her around will be awesome. Especially if we get to switch off to her for a little bit. Considering she was cut from Village, and we haven't really besides I know she was in Resident Evil 2 remake, but it'll be just really cool to see her again and just maybe do some little things like you said, where it's like it's not so much the same thing over and over again. They just add some variety to it.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't mind, and I appreciate we're streaming all over the place and it's going to be self-promo hell, it's only because the question come up, I thought it'd probably be fair. If that's okay, of course, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but
it's okay, Andy.
Yeah, but obviously it's always polite to ask first. Anthony, do you want to just give everybody an idea of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Anthony from Let's Talk Resident Evil. I've been doing this silly little thing called YouTube for 12 years now and have seen several different eras of Resident Evil come and go. But right now, it's a great time to be a Resident Evil fan. There's a lot of new stuff, always great stuff to talk about, hanging out with great gentlemen like yourselves. And just so I just do a bunch of the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast. I do that. I do a bunch of live streams and coverage on Resident Evil. So it's all in the name.
That's glorious. And if we move over to Igor's Lair.
Fellow Facebook gaming partner along with Biohazard Declassified. All things horror here, man. Like everybody here has a common interest in Resident Evil. It's a big staple of my channel. I'm a Facebook gaming partner since December 2020. Just exclusive here for right now. Starting to branch out, but yeah, easy enough.
Indeed. Resident Evil people.
Hi, my name is Danny. I am a streamer on Facebook Gaming. I am part of the Level Up program, thankfully, for the last, I want to say, year and a half. Resident Evil People is 2 years old. We play Resident Evil all the time, as well as basically cover anything we see Resident Evil. Just Resident Evil always. That's what we do. Come visit.
That is what it's all about. Matt the Marvel hiding away there.
Subscribe to the BHD YouTube channel. I make content over there. Anything Resident Evil and survival horror related. Go subscribe.
That's glorious. N7 Spectre Shepherd.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer. I am not on the Facebook. Yeah, I know. I'll come over. Again, the hate. I've been doing it for 5 years, though. It's hard to kick the habit. But yeah, I stream horror. My main thing's Dead by Daylight, though. That's all I play right now. I played a lot of Resident Evil before that, though. And I promise, Andy, I'm still working on it, doing some sort of video on collection and like when things came out and
Jesus
like what their
Christ.
production
Look at
was.
that Jill Valentine
That
statue.
Jill, yeah, boy.
Jill is insane.
She's good.
Dude,
But,
you better leave your door open like the Ganado man, because I'm just going to come in and rob you.
I'll tell you right now,
He's
the
gonna
Jill
stream
video will
from
be
your
on my
setup, too.
OnlyFans. It'll be on my OnlyFans. So that's the OnlyFans exclusive content that way. But yeah, other than that, I stream Dead by Daylight. So there you go.
No, that's glorious. For real?
Thrill Brill here on Facebook Gaming exclusively. I don't plan on reaching out anytime soon to anything else. I do primarily horror content. I've branched out a little bit right now because I feel like horror content's been kind of slack on what they've been releasing. So I've been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 lately. Absolutely love it. But with all this Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 going to be remastered, I'll definitely be revisiting those. So, but yeah, Thrill Brill here on Facebook Gaming.
Evan.
My screen is blank.
Oh,
No, it's right.
No, we can see you.
You just see you. Sorry, I scared you. Go on, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my handle is Resident Traveler. My real name is Bhavan. I started this Facebook gaming video creator page somewhere during the lockdown period. Funny thing is, I actually started streaming just to burn data on my broadband because we had around 1,000 GB. We had a 1,000 GB plan, and a lot of the bandwidth was getting wasted. So I was like, okay, let's try uploading by streaming. And then that picked up, and some of the viewers started commenting that I sound a little like Wesker. So I did a couple of impressions, and surprisingly, the people who are making the upcoming Resident Evil 1 remake and also Code Veronica, they contacted me to voice Wesker for the bonus scenes of the RE1 remake. And I've done the lines. Sometimes they give more lines just to tweak the content, I guess. So yeah, Resident Evil is my main franchise. I revel in Resident Evil content. That's why I coined the name. So my other favorite franchises would be Dead Space and Gears of War. Because
hell yeah. Another Gears of War fan in the house. I love it.
Yeah.
Men of culture.
I actually view Gears of War like what would happen to the world of Resident Evil if the bioterrorist won so many times in a row, and the world is basically a war between an advanced race of BOWs and the military. That's how I view Gears of War as. And we were talking about Chris being old in Shadows of Rose. It would be cool if Chris is like old Marcus in that.
Right. That would be really cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. It's just be like, oh, not just to have him like all like scruffy. He has the beard. It's all gray. He's all grayed out. You know what I mean? Like that'd be still killer.
Yeah.
I mean, at least if they were to bring him back, at some point to just so we don't like never see him again. Like if he's going to be older, like at least bring him back so we see him, even what they did with Marcus, like they did the good passing of the torch for Gears 4 and 5, or, like I like that they still had him around. So I just want them to keep Chris around, even if he's old and gray,
Yeah. Yeah, and he would grunt just to convey my message instead of saying anything.
Yeah.
Like how Marcus does.
Right. Dumb.
Yeah.
And of course,
Yeah.
Mr. Nicky Boy.
Wow, you really saved me best for last, huh?
I haven't
I
gone yet.
appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Hey, my name is Nick from Biohazard Declassified, and I am the resident Twitch streamer. We're not going to say the word because the last
Sorry,
person
what
that said it
streamer?
got,
What streamer?
Hold on.
You can find me over at twitch.tv / Biohazard Declassified, where I play lots of multiplayer like Dead by Daylight and Resistance and Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I also play a lot of story games, lots of Resident Evil knockoffs. I got it all. I'm pretty mediocre at all of it. So come hang out.
You're so quirky.
I'm so quirky and funny and cool and handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And of course, Andy here, your host from Biohazard Declassified, leader of Biohazard Declassified, host of the Resident Evil World Tour. I'm so happy that everybody's joined us today on this special showcase. We've had all the boys in, and a special shout out to Anthony from Let's Talk Resident Evil as being an honorary member of the Facebook Resiverse, joining us for this. Anthony, did you want to go through your you did get quite a few donations that come through. Did you want to go through that away from everyone? I can keep the stream up for you if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I should be able to. I just got to go because I have my phone plugged in right now for this. So like I should be able to just go over there and pull them up. I still have my chat pulled up, so I can always read them off later. It's it's all good. We can figure it out.
Okay, yeah. What you want me to end it? Yeah, or do you want me to hold it? I can keep it up for you if you want. It's not a problem.
No, you could just edit. I might do like a little like after stream just on my own, just to maybe I'll acknowledge those super chats probably because I was thinking about doing that because I'll answer some questions in my chat one-on-one. So that's all good.
No, that's fine. No, that's thought enough. Yeah,
and thank you for all that donated. Obviously, the chat's been very active on all of our platforms. So again, just thank you guys for the love and support. And thank you for having me, Andy.
Yeah. No, we definitely. There was I've never had these technology issues before. It's normally
it's the first time it's ever happened. So
it's what happens when we bring someone over from YouTube. It just things start.
Yeah,
you guys are over here talking all this shit about Twitch, and it's over the YouTube guys messing us up.
Yeah, no, it goes without saying that we kind of love to have you on again because it's been super fruitful discussions. The chat's been absolutely popping off, and yeah. Thank you to everyone who's watched the stream today and sat with us speaking about our favorite game series, Resident Evil. Any last thoughts, guys, before we end the stream?
The next time we do one of these, we're gonna get Power Stone. I feel it.
Well, we all have to have the Hawaiian shirt. That's the power. Like, you know what I mean? We have to.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm picking one up after this. I'm picking one up.
You see, about 4 of us were on.
Official uniform. Oh,
exactly. Let's do it. Next time we'll do it.
I would actually love to see Igor in a Hawaiian shirt.
I'll do it for you, baby.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's appreciated. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, we'll see all you guys very, very soon with some more Resident Evil content.
Bye-bye.
Subscribe to BHD.